Howdy! Today was day one of waking up early to read. I've seen several YouTubers do this, but I was mostly inspired by Ian Goobely's video that he did recently. So obviously it's not early anymore. I had the plan to wake up at 5:30, didn't end up getting up till 6. Didn't start reading till 6:30 because I had to make coffee and I stared at my phone trying to wake up. So I read 60, 70 pages this morning over the course of 2 hours, which is pretty slow reading. But I'm reading Alexander Dumas' The Count of Monte Cristo, and the font is quite tiny. So that's kind of my excuse for taking so long to read. I've been reading this since March. It's May now. And it's taken me a while to get through it because it is a very long book, but also I was, this morning I did cross the 1,000 page threshold. I'm on page 113 and I'm really enjoying it. I've got total pages for the story is 1,242 pages. So I'm getting there. I'm under 300 pages now, which is very exciting. Looking to finish this book today or tomorrow. So Wednesday at the latest. It's Monday. So let's get back to reading. I'm in my lovely hammock. It's a little sad I should have worn sunglasses, but choices were made and I'm too lazy to get back up and go look for anything. Cue the reading montage. So quick update. We have Valentine who is under the weather, and you know, this day and age could mean death. You know, under the weather is a dangerous place to be. So she could be being poisoned. She could be dead. We don't know. But I'm worried for Valentine. I'm worried for Morel. And if you're like, what? Don't remember anybody named Valentine or Morel from the movie The Count of Monte Cristo that you grew up watching, if you grew up watching the same one I did, which is an excellent film. Truly excellent. It's so incredibly different from the book. But I love Morel and Valentine. Is a love story that I'm fighting for. And really don't want Valentine to die. And I don't want, as much as I like Haidee, I don't want Morel to end up with Haidee. It's just, there's a lot happening. Back to it, I guess. Yep, she's gonna die. She's unknowingly being poisoned. I was right. Literally, I read 3 sentences and I'm like, she's gonna die. Oh, she's gonna die if we don't figure this out. I'm really frustrated. I don't want Valentine to die. She's had such a sad, pitiful excuse for her existence. And she's gonna die by poison. Accidentally. Ain't that fun? Good morning. It is 28. Once again, I didn't wake up as early as I wanted to. But I did wake up earlier than I usually do, which is kind of the point. I've got coffee making. I fed the cat. And I need to start reading, but I'm just so tired. I'm on. Sorry. I'm on my period, which just, I don't know, I feel like I'm always way more tired when I'm on my period, but oh well, it's fine. Coffee's making, I don't know, feel better. When did I have my first cup of coffee? Yesterday we got to 1,079 out of 1,242. So we might be able to finish this today. I don't know, it's probably, this is how much we have left. The book is getting really uncomfortable to hold while I read because I have to hold this much in one hand. Which is kind of how it was at the beginning when I was reading the book. It was uncomfortable to hold. So sorry. It's going well. Oh, that's my alarm on my phone, on my watch. It's going well. You know, revenge is happening. People are figuring out who he is. So, that's great. That's great. Hello, kitty. She doesn't want to cuddle me this morning, which is pretty normal. Alright, here goes nothing. Your belly down. Your belly down with mama. That would make me so happy. She's cuddling me.
Thank you.
She's cuddling me, Dad. So as you can see, I've gotten dressed for the day, but I am still in the same location. This morning we got to page 129, so what? It's pretty great. I mean 1,129, I'm sorry. So we're getting to the end here. I'm enjoying it. It feels really good outside today. It's a lot colder. I think the high is 72 today. Not feeling the best. But alas, we have reading to do. And when you don't feel good, some coffee, some book. It's not a cure-all, but it will get me through not feeling well. Yep, let's do it. Is there a cute kitty?
She's like, you're taking a video.
Once daily pill from the makers of Humira.
Yeah.
Relieve joint pain,
You were doing a borrow, but
as fast as 2 weeks for some. And even at the 3-year mark,
you are. You're
felt
so
this relief.
cute.
Rinvoq can stop joint damage. And in PSA,
And you're so cute.
almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower
Mm-hmm.
infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections.
Esper. Hello. Always a good yawn. It's a good yawn. As you saw, I got up significantly later this morning than I was supposed to. If you hear a weird sound, coffee is making. Yesterday we finished Count of Monte Cristo. yesterday afternoon. I'm doing it 4.5 stars. I will have a whole video on this book coming soon, so I'm not going to go into much information about it, but very good work, read. First French translated work I've ever read, so really, really good. Yesterday I was trying to think through. Oh, so sorry. I was trying to think through what book I would read next, and I have two choices here. I have Mort, Terry Pritchard. I think this is part of Discworld, I think. And I have Brandon Sanderson's The Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England. Brandon Sanderson and I have an interesting reading relationship. I really enjoy his standalone novels. And I have liked a couple of his series, but none of his, like, really, like, I don't care for Way of Kings. Yeah. I only read the first book, and it was really hard for me to get through. But I find that his standalone books I really enjoy. So, Warbreaker, I absolutely loved. Tress, I loved. Me and the Nightmare Painter, I loved. I have enjoyed. I haven't finished it yet. His space one, the Cytonic or Skyward, whatever it's called, series. Though I don't really like the main character. I find her to be really annoying, especially in the first two books. But you know, the other characters and the world and the talking ship, you know, it kept me. The other series I really liked that he wrote. I'm so tired. Was the I can't think of it. It's like a superhero series, but like the people who have superpowers are evil. I can't think of the name of that one for some reason. Steelheart and all those people. I really enjoyed that series. I thought it was really good. I loved the concept. I loved all the characters. I listened to the audiobook of that one. Great audiobook, great narrator. After reading a 1,200 page book, I wanted something I could get through quickly. And while this looks a little chunky, it's only 396 pages, and the font is like, wha-bam, compared to what I have been reading. This one is obviously shorter, and it's 200 and some pages. Let's see. Oh, sorry for all the yawning. I'm really tired. 257 pages. And the font is also pretty nice in this. I think I'm going to actually go with this one. It's only Wednesday, and so there's a big chance that I could read both of these books this week. But I've never read anything by Terry Pratchett. I'm not really familiar with Discworld. This is my husband's. I say my husband's book, but we share books. To be fair, I read more of his books than he reads of mine. But yeah, I think we're gonna go with this one this morning. I really need that coffee to finish up making. I don't know why I'm so tired. I had a great night's sleep. We went to bed a little bit early. I fell asleep quickly, and I stayed asleep. I think I got to use the bathroom one time, and then I just kept hitting snooze on my alarm this morning like a dodo. I don't know why I did that, but I did. And now I feel very sluggish. I have a meeting at 10:15, so I'm gonna read till probably around 9:30 and then get ready for my day. So the back of this book just says, "Death comes to us all. When he came to Mort, he offered him a job." Mort. There we go. How'd you sleep? Yeah. Were you up a lot? That's good.
And I'm reading aloud of my Kindle book.
The Dungeon Crawler Carl.
And a mix of there's some of the Kindle I'm reading.
Esper, did you go in there and snuggle Daddy? Thank you. I love a good bunny. Good bunny reel.
Especially when it's a floppy ear bunny.
I love a floppy ear.
So this is the cat.
Thank you for getting me coffee, baby. How many books are in the Discworld?
What?
How many books are in the Discworld?
A lot. They don't all connect though. So there's different series. There's the Guardsman series, which starts with Guards, which we own. And then there's the Death series, which that one is kind of the beginning. But those
Oh, I didn't know
don't
it was a
connect.
series. Okay.
You don't have to read them. That's the thing about it. Like you don't.
Oh, okay.
That one is a complete story in itself. It's just if you want to read more with like death in it, then
Gotcha.
you can see it. And then there's one that's like witches. There's one that's about music.
They talk about wizards here at the beginning. Is there a wizard series?
Probably.
Okay, so it is evening-ish, almost evening. It's 4 something, and it's been a good day, but it's not been a good reading day. I only read about 21 pages this morning, and then I made breakfast and we started watching Welcome to Wrexham because we've been a wee bit obsessed. Go Wrexham. But then I had my 10:15 meeting, and then my husband and I had to run some errands, and we had so much fun doing that. I had to return library books, and then we ended up, because that's like this historic district of where I live, we ended up walking around, and we randomly went into a running store, which was such an incredible experience, and I will be buying running shoes next week. I'm really excited about it. I didn't think my small town, I mean, I live in a relatively large city for Virginia, but it's not like it's New York or anything. So it was a good day. And then we got Chick-fil-A. We went to Books A Million because Luke had a newer book release that he was looking for, so we got that. And then I started to go downhill and came home, had a cup of hot tea, and laid down. And now it's 4:30, and we are going to our church. So we're doing that, and Luke stopped because he wanted an energy drink. And I'm just really exhausted. I was in kind of a cuter outfit earlier. Now I'm in my sweatshirt, but I still have my cool pants on. But I'm very tired, and I have to go socialize for a while, and I can do it. Hopefully I'll get some more reading done this evening. So far the writing has been really funny. There's been some really funny lines. I'm not quite immersed in the story yet. Obviously I'm 21 pages in, but it's kind of a hard shift from reading kind of Monte Cristo to this. And typically when I read, I have several books going at once in several different genres, so it's not hard to get into a different book. But I have really been focusing on kind of Monte Cristo since school finished, and so it's been harder for me to get into a different world like the Discworld. But I think I'm going to enjoy it. My husband told me it was actually part of a series, which I did not realize, but apparently each book is a complete story and you don't have to read the other books. So that's fine. I do read several series, but I wasn't looking to start another one because I have quite a few going right now. All right. Guess that's all, folks. Esper. Esper. Mommy loves you. Good morning, folks. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. We're back on track. Coffee is currently being made. Whoop whoop. I had kind of a rough night, but I'm alright. My stomach was just hurting really bad yesterday. And I ended up going to bed early because I had a terrible headache and my stomach was hurting. So I went to bed early and fell asleep okay. Slept almost all the way through the night. So we're back on track. I'm gonna get my coffee and read Mort. I did read a little bit more yesterday. I got to page, I don't know, 30 something, which isn't much, but how's it going, Esper? Are you pretty snuggly? Are you pretty cozy? He's just sleeping. We've made it to 100 pages. Well, I have not woken up early yesterday or today, but I'm still reading. It's like, what time is it? 2:21. Okay. I'm in the hammock again, and once again I forgot sunglasses, but that's fine. We're still reading Mort. I'd like to finish him today, but I don't know. I'm like at 120 something. I gotta look and see where I left off the other day, but we're here. We're in the sunshine, soaking up the vitamin D. It's so sunny though. I really should have brought some sunscreen. Not sunscreen. I have sunscreen on. I don't have sunglasses. That's the word. Oh joy. Alright, let's get reading. Mothers are amazing. Thanks, Mom, for the glasses. Hey, Storm. Hey, big boy. Oh my goodness. Yes. You're a good boy. Okay. Okay. We are at page 166, 68% of the way through the book. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm kind of in the zone, but I need to go start cooking dinner. I gotta defrost meat for tacos and stuff. So far my favorite, so far my favorite thing about this book is that there's a relationship between two people that really remind me of the Princess and the Swan Princess, sorry. It's like Prince Eric and Princess Odette, and like they're growing up. They're like, can't believe I'm stuck with her all summer. Song like that kind of song, which is one of my favorite songs in any like princess movie. So I kind of want just like a book that's like that. I don't know. I've been really craving a fairy tale recently. Last year I read Elle Enchanted and just loved that book. And I've been really craving something similar to that. I read Assistant and Apprentice to the Villain. I'm waiting for Accomplice to the Villain to come out in August. And it's giving me that kind of childlike, obviously Accomplice to the Villain, stuff like that, they're adults. But in The Swan Princess, they're kids. And it's giving me those kinds of vibes. And I hope that they kind of end up together. But I don't know if they will. At the very least, they'll be good friends, I think. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. But it is time, unfortunately, to go inside. It feels so good out here. I start to get like a little bit warm, and then the wind kicks in, and then I get a little bit cold. And then right when I'm like, maybe I should pull my blanket up, the sun comes back out, and it's been fabulous. I've really enjoyed it. But we got to move on. So, Jesus. All right, so we finished Mort. I was starting to figure out how to rate Mort because it's a comedy. It's lighthearted. It's not like it's a great work of fiction, but it does what it sets out to do. It's funny. I actually did laugh out loud a couple times. There were a couple lines I had to read to my husband because they were so funny. So I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I liked all the characters, and it was really giving me some fairy tale vibes, which I've really been wanting to read another fairy tale. And if I say that and you read this book because you want to read a fairy tale, you'll be disappointed. Okay, it's not a fairy tale, but we have a princess, we have wizards, we have taverns, we have damsels in distress, and we have a lot of comic relief. Okay, so it's awakened the need for me to read an actual fairy tale. But it was really great. I enjoyed the ending. I liked how everything was resolved. I really loved all the side characters. Cutwell, maybe one of my favorite characters. He was so funny. And Isabel, I'm not quite sure how you say her name. Loved her. She was so funny. So, yeah, I recommend. I will be reading more by Terry Pratchett in the future. It's not a 5-star because there were some places where, in trying to be funny, Terry Pratchett starts to try to like explain his own jokes, and then it loses once you do that, kind of loses the funny for me. I got the joke the first time. I didn't need to explain. And so then it kind of like, oh, but he doesn't do that very often. There was just a couple times where he did that. And so that wasn't my favorite. That is kind of something that you see though in comedy books, because they really want you to catch the humor of it. But I caught it. I got it. So my husband owns one other book by Terry Pratchett. He owns Guards. And so I will be reading that in the future, but probably not back to back. But overall, this challenge this week was nice. I definitely failed a couple of days. I think a total of 3 of the 7, I did not wake up early. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, but nonetheless, I did read more, I feel like, in a week than I normally do. I finished Count of Monte Cristo, and I had like over 300 pages left, I think. I read all of that, and I read this book, which was $2.97. $2.57. I can't talk. $2.57. And yes, the book itself is short, and the font was big, but still, finished a book, started and finished a second book. I think that's a pretty good week of reading. So, I enjoyed it. Looking forward to doing more reading challenges in the future. Thank you.